Hello, and welcome to MIC TV. Today, we're going to be discussing the importance of a customer funnel. I'm your host, Greg Ferriolo, along with my partner, TJ Peterson. Now, if this is your first time joining us, I'd like to welcome you to the MIC family. And for everyone watching, even those of you that are going to be watching on replay, please say hello in the chat. Let us know your name, where you're from, your background, your music, anything basically that you want to let us know. All right, so today, we are going to be discussing the importance of a customer funnel. I would say the number one challenge every artist and band faces is the challenge of building an audience that will support your career. Now, when we started MIC, this was the main problem that took us probably the longest to solve because it was really hard reaching people with the amount of content that's on the internet. Now, social media was technically supposed to level the playing field and allow musicians to reach everyone from anywhere. And technically it can, but we've all seen the limitations that social channels have as a result of their algorithms. And it's only getting worse because every single day that passes, there's more content to compete with. There's more songs, there's more music videos, and there's more social media posts. And if you're lucky enough, again, to get a large following on social media, that unfortunately doesn't guarantee those followers are going to be active in supporting your career. Now, we know artists that have 10,000 followers, yet get almost no engagement on their posts simply because their posts are never seen by their audience, which, in our opinion, really sucks. You put the time and energy into growing an audience through your online channels, but you can't talk to them. And how are you supposed to build a loyal fan base if you can't easily reach them? Now, to solve this problem, many musicians will advertise, which pretty much is what these platforms want you to do. But most independent musicians, unfortunately, don't have the budget to spend on ads, especially not on a consistent basis. And why is that? Simply put, because the money they make from their music sales isn't going to be enough to pay for the advertising cost. And if they do make enough, ads are going to just eat up their profit. And we've experienced the same thing from the MIC standpoint with our audience. We've invested a lot of time and energy into creating a good size audience, which we have, but reaching them is just so hard. So what do you do about that? Well, the answer is you need to build a direct-to-fan sales relationship. And that's only created by getting your fans onto your mailing list, where you'll have the opportunity to talk with them on a regular basis. So the question is how do you get your fans on your mailing list where you can have an opportunity to sell them? And the answer is by building a customer funnel. Now, we have a brief PowerPoint presentation that we're going to be showing you. It should last about 10 minutes. And it details each aspect of a musician's customer funnel and explains how to transform your casual followers into fans. And when we're done with that, we will open up for some questions. All right. So let's start off by asking the question, what is a customer funnel? Now, a customer funnel is the framework of your business, and it's used to help you grow your audience and encourage fans to become paying customers. Now, there are tons of different versions of a customer funnel, but a musician's funnel has three parts: attract, engage, and monetize. Now, when setting up your funnel, the first thing you'll need to do is establish ways for fans to discover your music. Now, some methods for attracting new fans include things like showing videos on YouTube, playing live shows, and getting referrals from fans. Now, once someone discovers your music, the next step is to engage with them, build a relationship, and turn them into a fan. Now, this can be done in person, pre-COVID, or through your social media channels. But the main purpose is to keep them focused on your career, and so they can learn about. So it's important for you then to learn about who your fans are, their likes and their interests. And then after someone becomes a fan, your final goal is to monetize them, which primarily will be done using your website. Now, when people hear the word monetize, they first think about making money, which is accurate because that's what the word essentially means. However, from a musician standpoint, you need to understand there are two forms of currency when it comes to your career, and that is people and money. So the monetization part of a musician's customer funnel is first about collecting people and then about collecting money. And when we say collect people, we mean convince them to sign up for your mailing list. Now, your email list is probably the most important thing you will possess because it provides you with a way to directly speak with your fans so that you can have and build a personal relationship with them. Then, once a relationship is established, this direct connection gives you the opportunity to generate money from your fans by getting them to purchase your music, attend live shows, and fund your crowdfunding campaigns. So you want to start thinking about the lifetime value of your customers, meaning it's better to point them to your website to purchase your music so you can collect their email and sell to them forever than it is to direct them to iTunes or Spotify, where you might never hear from them ever again. So to better visualize how the funnel works, think of it as leaving a virtual trail of breadcrumbs from your potential for your potential fans to find. So whether your fan discovers your music online or at a live show, you have a system in place that leads them to where you can collect their email address or sell them merchandise. Now, we're going to break this down a little bit further and actually show you how to set up that virtual trail of breadcrumbs by discussing what we call the buyer's journey. But first, I'm going to take a sip of water because my mouth is already dry from talking so much. Okay, so this picture represents the buyer's journey, which for musicians is the process where someone is transformed from a follower into a fan and from a fan into a supporter. And it also represents the emotional journey your fans will go through as they travel through your customer funnel. Now, it's important that you understand the stages of this process because you're going to use them to grow your audience and to earn a full-time income. And it isn't enough just to create a custom funnel. You also need to create a system that will encourage your audience to progress through each stage and that will nurture your relationship with them. Now, one quick thing to note before we break down the buyer's journey, to nurture your relationship with your fans, you'll need to provide them with an emotional experience through your brand and what we call your signature sales story. Now, we're not going to discuss in detail what a signature sales story is today, but what you need to know is a signature sales story is a narrative that communicates your brand to your audience by highlighting specific emotional hooks that you feel will resonate with your fans. So it basically communicates the things that you want your music to stand for. And it's these emotional hooks that builds your connection with your audience. All right, so now let's break down each stage of the buyer's journey. Now, the first stage is unawareness. Now, during this stage, the buyer doesn't know you exist, but is looking for new music. So they'll search places where they can discover something new to listen to, such as services like YouTube or at a live show. This search leads them to the second stage, which is awareness. And this is when someone discovers your music. And once someone is aware you exist, your goal is to encourage that person to check out more of your music or your videos to get them to follow you on social media, because following you on social media is a low-level commitment that most people will make, and it allows you the opportunity to continue sharing content with them to the point where they're ready to move on to the third stage, which is interest. Now, once someone is convinced that they like your music and your videos, the next step in their journey is to basically decide whether or not they like you as a person. Now, this decision will be based on what they discover when researching your background. Now, your job during this stage is to use the emotional hooks from your brand to encourage them to learn more about you. This is done by engaging with them through your social media posts and persuading them to visit your website so they can learn more about you. Then, once they're on your website, your next task is to provide them more in-depth information about yourself through things like your bio and personal photo gallery. If they like what they see and read, your end goal here is to move them to the next stage, which is desire. Now, once they reach this stage, you want to see if you can capture their email address. Therefore, we recommend having a call to action, which includes an incentive like a free download that will encourage them to join your mailing list. Now, capturing an email address is important for two reasons. From a business perspective, it gets you their contact information, which will allow you to directly message them about upcoming releases and shows. But more importantly, it signifies the moment when a potential fan becomes an actual fan. Because when they give you their email address, what they're actually saying is they want to be more involved in your career. And once they join your mailing list, this is when they'll begin to be receptive to sales offers, and it'll only be a matter of time before they enter the final stage of the buyer's journey, which is action. Now your new fan is ready to buy something from you, and your job is to simply get them to make their first small purchase, something like $10 or less, like buying a track, album, button, sticker, or a ticket to a live show. And after they make their first purchase, you can begin to work your way on getting them to make their second purchase, and then a bigger purchase, and so on. And during the action stage, it's crucial to show your appreciation for every purchase they make. Letting them know how much their support means will make them feel extra good about their purchase and will encourage them to continue buying. And that's the buyer's journey. Okay, so to conclude, building your customer funnel entails creating ways to attract, engage, and monetize fans. Your funnel will consist of online services such as social media channels and your website, but will also include events like your live shows. And once the foundation for your funnel is created, your main job will be to release content that will encourage your audience to progress through each part of the funnel and that will nurture your relationship with them, transforming them from a casual follower into a fan, and then from a fan into a financial supporter. And this transformation process is known as the buyer's journey. If there are no more questions, I'm going to say that's our show for today. And then I guess we're at the point where I'm going to say everyone have a great day. And remember that we are always here should you need assistance with your music career.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. If you're looking for expert help with your music career, schedule a call with us today, or you could enroll in one of our free artist development programs. The link for both can be found in the description below. And please don't forget to subscribe. Your support really matters, and we appreciate any help that you can give to the work that we do. Have a great day.